Now that you have landed on Kalsoy, here is what I recommend for you to do in order to best enjoy the island. First, you have to get yourself a fair weather. Obviously, this is not something within your control. So pray hard and in earnest the night before. Here is another look at the welcoming committee. They are as interested in you as you are in Kalsoy. Though they may not show it, they are quite a curious bunch. Once you have landed, drive to the farthest north of the island. You go to the very end of the island, then drive back down. Do not stop by any other towns, drive straight to Trollhättan. This is where the Kalsoy lighthouse is. You will pass through 4 tunnels along the way. Every tunnel is a 1-lane tunnel. Incoming traffic shares the same lane as you. Don't worry, however, along the way there are small nooks for you to pull into to avoid the oncoming traffic. These tunnels were constructed between about 1979 and 1985. Back then, the islanders did not expect to have a bunch of Americans on their island. Otherwise, they would have built wider and multiple lanes. The tunnels are 1,193 meters, 683 meters, 1,082 meters, and 2,248 meters long starting from south. There is no posted speed limit, but generally tunnels are limited to 80 kilometers per hour. By the way, be careful not to drive out too fast when exiting the tunnel. They are curved. You might end up on the bottom of the island in a way you didn't plan. Once you've arrived at Trollhättan, there is a parking lot with black gravels for travelers. It's free. Park your car, take a picture of it, then walk towards the town. In Trollhättan, there is a public restroom with 2 toilet rooms. They were relatively new and very clean when we were there in 2025. Make sure to use the toilets before you start hiking. Remember, there are no trees on the island. If you gotta go during the hike, you will have to display your goods out in the field in open view. Now you know why you need to use the toilets first. By the way, if you are French, don't worry, the toilets are free here. The hike, however, is not free. You need to pay 200 DKK, approximately $30. Just about any hike on Faroe Islands are 200 DKK to enter. At the entrance, there is a small hut. You get near it, out comes a lady from Thailand. She's very nice. She's the ranger and cook. She told us that the entrance fee used to be collected when hikers returned to the base. However, too many people skipped, choosing to exit through unmarked paths. The weather on Kalsoy, just as in all Faroe Islands, are very capricious. It might rain one moment, windy the next, and then all of a sudden all sunshine. Be prepared for all weather. Rainproof your backpack. Be sure to wear waterproof boots that cover your ankles. There are a lot of poops on this island, and when the weather gets wet, you know what happens to poop. Be prepared. Don't write me I didn't warn you. The hiking path is marked by blue poles. But the marked paths can at times be muddier than the unmarked paths. That's because marked paths do not have grass nor any gravel. It's just bare earth that turns into slimy mud when mixed with water and poop. Sheep are quite fond of pooping in these paths. Maybe they prefer the clean exit allowed in areas where no grass grow. If the weather is especially wet, you might be better off walking on grass to save yourself from slipping in the mud. After about 90 minutes of uphike, you will see a lighthouse up on the top of the ridge. That's the Kalsoy lighthouse. It's pretty from afar, but once you get close, you will realize it's a drag queen who has had better days before. When you spot it, look for a path that leads to 007's gravestone. Yes, this is the island scene in the final shots of No Time to Die. This is a view from across the Kalsoy lighthouse. There wasn't much to see at the lighthouse. The lighthouse itself was just a tower of cement, with solar panels draped around it. Trust me, the lighthouse is much better looking, almost poetic from afar. This video was taken with Galaxy S23 Ultra. I used to carry Canon Rebel. I miss it sometimes, but for videos and convenience, you can't beat the smartphone. These animals sure know how to enjoy the island. It's as if they have been here since the beginning of time. Gentle breeze, sway of the grass, blue sky, even bluer ocean and white clouds. Ah, this is Kalsoy,